20. Now in their 27th year on the air, Backspin continues to deliver the latest news and information from the ever-changing golf world. Here are your hosts, Corey LaRusso, Arizona Golf Hall of Famer Bill Huffman, National Award-winning golf writer Travel and Joe Passov, and the man from Vans, Rick Levy. It's Backspin the Golf Show 2020.
Good morning, golf aficionados. Welcome to Backspin the Golf Show, presented by Ping. I'm Bill Huffman. Call me Huff. He's Joe Passov. You can call him Travel and Joe. And we are in studio and off-site this morning, and we're filling in the big shoes of Corey LaRusso, who is off to the Derby in his first love. Well, it used to be golf, but I guess it's horse racing now, but... You know, I want to welcome to the show for the second hour our next guest, Aaron Puetz. He's the third-year head golf coach at South Mountain Community College, coaches the men's team. The Cougars they're a powerhouse. They've got a bunch of NJCAA Division II national championships, 2015, 16, 19, when Aaron's been around, but also they had some more because they had a great coach at one time. His name was Andy Walker, and Andy Walker tells me via social media that Aaron Puetz is the next great golf coach in college golf. And Aaron, good morning to the show. Welcome to Backspin.
Hey, good morning, guys. I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, you know, it's our pleasure. Anytime you can get somebody with your credentials on. Now, I see where you played for the team, you've coached the team, and you seem to have them right back up here at that winning level. I know you guys were recently named as the academic team of the year, which means you've got a great grade point average. So having said that, congratulations. And I know that COVID also ended your 2020 season a little short of being able to defend your title. So it's been a roller coaster year for the Cougars out at South Mountain. Aaron, tell us a little bit about your story, how you got into golf, you know, where you played at in high school or where you grew up in, and then how you got to where you're at right now.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that. So golf has been a part of my life as long as I can remember. My first set of plastic Snoopy golf clubs, I was 4 or 5 years old, probably. So I've always enjoyed competing. I actually grew up in Iowa, played high school golf at a small high school, Spirit Lake High School. And after a short high school career, well, not short, normal high school career, went on and played at University of Northern Iowa, a smaller Division I school. Had an okay college career. I would definitely say I used my experience as a college, as a student athlete to kind of help the guys get to that next level. Got a little bit more focused out of college, played mini tour golf for 6 years. Moderate success there, a few wins, nothing crazy. Fall of 2014 was kind of in between playing, teaching, really good friends with Andy Walker. We started chatting about what does my future in golf look like. He invited me to practice, and within about 30 minutes of being there, I realized that this is where I needed to be. And so transitioned into being his full-time assistant and saw a lot of what he did we still incorporate today. And I really thank Andy Walker a lot. Previous coach Jake Harrington, T.L. Brown also were at South Mountain at Division I programs at the moment. Have really helped me a lot to get me to where I am today. So was Andy's assistant, and then, 2 seasons ago, starting in fall of 2018, Andy Walker took the head coaching position at Lynn University down in Boca Raton, and I can continue the success that we had previously, and it's been great. It's been a great 2.5 years.
Well, Coach Puetz, we've had Andy Walker on the show quite a few times over the years. I think, does Andy have 4 titles and you have 3? How does that split up?
Well, so he's got 2. He won in 2015 and 2016. I was his assistant those 2 years. He actually also won an academic national championship in 2018, and then when I took over as head coach, I won in 2019 as head coach. And as you had mentioned previously, we were well on our way in 2020 to defending our national title. And early March, we all know what happened. So
you guys were so overpowering. I read in the 1920 season, you never lost a tournament. You were 12-0. Is that correct?
We never lost a tournament, and it's interesting. We actually, in the fall, compete against mainly four-year universities. In the spring is when we compete against NJCAA schools in our conference, so mainly two-year schools in the spring. But yeah, that includes winning some big four-year university tournaments. And then this year, we won 6 of 8 tournaments. So we've got 18 tournament wins in the last 2 years.
Incredible.
That is pretty incredible. Aaron, we've had certainly plenty of college coaches on the program, and I don't think I've ever had a chance to ask this. The juniors that wind up coming to college programs all have had either PGA professionals or some other kind of coach. What does a golf coach do for a given program in terms of responsibilities?
Everything at my level. We have, starting from tracking grades, fundraising, controlling team practice, scheduling tournaments in the fall. Pretty much I wear every hat. Friend, a lot of time, life advisor for the guys, a little bit of everything. And I'm extremely lucky to be at South Mountain. They support me being a full-time men's golf coach. I've got the time to be able to put in and really give back. So at our level, a little bit of everything, like I said, from fundraising to grade tracking to scheduling tournaments, developing players. I'd say the biggest thing that I do is recruit. I'd say it's been 75% of my time recruiting. So
you're kind of extending the dynasty, if you will, with a success record. Is that the best way to attract potential recruits for you? How else does one reach out at the JUCO level that you're at to attract recruits?
Definitely, our track record helps a lot in the recruiting process. I'm able to talk with some players that may potentially have some Division I or Division II opportunities, but they kind of see where we've sent players in the past and have bigger goals where they maybe need some more time to develop. And so junior college is a really great opportunity for guys that may be a little underdeveloped, under-recruited. I see them as Division I caliber players that just need to be cleaned up just a little bit in their games and then send them on. I think one of the biggest things that we do as well is our academic side of things. We're a school in Maricopa Community College District that most of the classes that you're going to take are going to transfer to most state universities. And so we're able to provide a great education for our players, really prepare them in smaller class sizes. So when they do go to that Arizona State, USC, that next level, because they travel a lot, we kind of get them into the idea of you need to communicate with your professors, and this is how you are successful inside of the classroom. I would say that's one of the biggest things that sets us apart from other places is that we really care about our players, and we really want to make sure that they're progressing on the academic side of things.
That's cool. We're speaking with Aaron Puetz. He's the head men's golf coach at South Mountain Community College, which has become a powerhouse in junior college golf, and obviously a lot of your players go on to play for four-year schools and have a even more of a college career in golf. Aaron, it used to be that Scottsdale Community College was the big powerhouse here in the Valley. I think back in the 90s and stuff, they won a lot of titles, like 6, 7, or 8. But you guys have done that too, and kind of taken the moniker from them as best JUCO team in the Valley. Did it start with Andy Walker, or did it start before Andy?
It started a little bit before. In the early 2000s, Travis Brown, he went from South Mountain to Chico State, actually won a national championship at Chico State, a Division II school, and now he's at Cal Baptist. And in the early 2000s, Travis Brown, he goes by TL Brown, he really started the foundation within our athletic department. He was able to get it to be a full-time position. There's a few other responsibilities that we have, However, TL really set the foundation for us in the early 2000s, passed the program over to Jake Harrington, and Jake Harrington, who is currently at University of Arkansas, Little Rock. And Jake really was able to continue that. Had Andy come in his last couple of seasons as head coach, kind of the same way how it transitioned from Andy to me as head coach. We've got a really good family of head coaches. I still communicate with the previous head coaches on Andy Walker I talk with on a weekly basis. Jake Harrington, TL Brown I talk with on a monthly basis. It really started in the early 2000s for us.
Whatever you guys are doing, you're doing it right. You've got to, obviously, you have to produce some great players in order to do that. And one of them that you just produced, he was the Phil Mickelson Outstanding Freshman in junior college golf, and that was one of your great Panther players, Gabriel Salvanera, who's on his way to ASU.
Correct. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about his game.
Just incredible. A player that we were very fortunate to be able to get. I was out recruiting him. Everything that I saw was a polished Division I player, already winning at the junior golf level. Grades were never an issue. Gabe's a great student. And kind of a guy that wasn't getting a lot of opportunity. Didn't play a lot of the national AJGA events, which a lot of these Power 5 schools only recruit off of. And so I took advantage of that, was able to tell him, this is what we can provide for you at South Mountain. And he came in, won his very first college event, and won his third college event. His third college event in 54 holes, he shot 199,
wow. 17
under par, and won the tournament by 7 shots. I knew right then I probably wasn't going to be able to convince him to stay for 2 years.
Yeah.
But anytime you can move a player on to Coach Thurman and Armin over there at Arizona State, it's great for him. It's great for our program.
Yeah, it sounds you guys are getting it done over there. Now, you said Andy had 2 national championships and you only have 1, right?
That's right. I got to catch him.
You were denied by COVID, obviously, because your team looks like it was so well. What's the real near future outlook for you guys? What are you practicing? Are you getting ready for another season? Do you play this fall? And how have you been handling this pandemic?
It's been difficult. Obviously, everything has been transitioning to being virtual. Unfortunately, our fall season was canceled, and everything has been postponed to the spring. I feel very optimistic about the spring. I think something that I'm being challenged with right now as a head coach is I'm unable to have team practice until January 4th. And we've got 11 players in town. Our home golf course is Legacy Golf Club over on 32nd Street and Baseline.
Good
and
track.
they've been, it's right across the street from campus. The guys have a condo and a house that are very close. They've been welcoming enough to be able to have our guys still be able to go out there and play and practice. It's just tough for me as a head coach not being able to get the guys together and do team practice. Mm-hmm. So I've shifted everything into a virtual format, have daily meetings with players and going over, a lot of them are incoming freshmen. So we're talking about how do we be successful on the academic side of things and how do we combine that with a good golf schedule. And we've been lucky enough to, in the state of Arizona, haven't had to stop playing golf. And there's been a lot of tournaments that these guys have been able to play in. The Saguaro Amateur Series is in town. I've got 8 players playing at the Tucker down at Southern Dunes here in a couple of weeks. So the guys are still able to stay competitive, which is great. It's tough doing team activities from a virtual standpoint. I'll say that much.
We've been speaking with Aaron Pitts. He's the third-year coach for the South Mountain Panthers, the golf team out there. And, Coach, I want to wish you all a lot of luck, but it doesn't sound like you really need it. It sounds like you're well organized and things are going, but we want to welcome you back on Backspin at any time.
I'd love to come back whenever you'll have me. I appreciate it, guys.
All right. We're going to take a quick break and come back. Remember, we got Beat the Pro coming up. You are listening to Backspin the Golf Show on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix, 1290 Wildcats Radio in Tucson.
Did you know you don't have to go to Scottsdale to play a memorable round of golf? Hey, everybody.